Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Lisa Belinda and on this channel I help conscious glow getters just like you navigate the beauty and wellness jungle. In today's video, I am going to review the Westman Atelier foundation. You've probably seen this foundation all over social media, all over YouTube, everywhere. It's a very hyped foundation and it's also quite pricey. So I have been a little bit hesitant to buy it because it's kind of a lot of money for the amount of product you get, but I've also heard really great things about it. We are putting it to the test today to see if this little beauty is worth your money. So if you are as curious about the Westman Atelier foundation as I am, then keep on watching. So I'm just gonna start with putting on this headband and get my hair out of my face. So I look a little crazy right now, but I always like to just get the hair back when I'm doing foundation. Before I start with the foundation, I'm going to apply some of the Wishful Honey Balm. This is just a moisturizer, but it has silicone in it, so it's a really good primer as well. Westman Atelier doesn't have any primer at the moment, so I do feel like I need to give my face a little more no, that's not in the face. I just feel like I need to give my skin a little zhuzh before applying this foundation. So this foundation is called the Vital Skin Stick Foundation. I got the shade Atelier 1, which on the website is described as a light shade with yellow undertone. Actually, on some other websites, it was described as neutral undertone. So I thought it was going to be kind of like neutral to warm. My first impression of the color is that it is definitely warm. And this foundation retails for $68. So that's kind of pricey because you get only 9 grams of product. So it's a lot of money for the tiny amount of product that you get. Let's see if it is worth it. When I first opened this, I haven't used it yet, but when I first opened it just to like see if the color was right, I think it was because it was cold, like I had just picked up the package so it came from outside. When I opened it here, the whole foundation part was like stuck in the cap. I mean, can you see that? There's like foundation stuck in the cap and then the whole thing was just sitting there. I was like, what the heck? But then I just kind of pushed it back. So that was just kind of like a bit of a turn off at first. I buy this bougie foundation and then that happens, but I guess it's not their fault. I think it was because it was cold, it just froze or whatever. The packaging is heavy, it's luxurious. The cap has like a magnet, so it snaps into place and it stays there. And then it has this gorgeous golden rim around here. It looks very aesthetically pleasing. I will say that. It is packaging beautiful. And then you just twist it up. I'm just gonna go right in on my face. All right, we are a little zoomed in so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna go in. I mean, as you can see, it is definitely a yellow undertone. I hope it's not gonna be too dark for me. All right, I'm gonna start with that and then we'll see if I need to apply more. Okay, I just want to show you guys. Maybe I pressed too hard, I don't know. But if you look, it's like totally smushed. Like the stick is just completely... I'm being quite critical against this foundation because I feel like if you're gonna charge that much for a foundation, it needs to be justified. Like you need to get what you pay for. So we will judge it harshly. All right, I'm gonna blend this out with this kabuki brush from Nurei. I did not get any of the Westman Atelier. How do you say that? Atelier. I didn't get any of their brushes because I think they're overpriced, to be honest. Let's start blending this out. Okay. It feels like it blends easily. I don't think I've ever used a stick foundation before, to be honest, because I always had this like thought that it would be very dry, but this one feels very blendable and very soft. It feels nice and smooth. The finish looks very like satiny, not too dewy at all, also not too matte. But I think you definitely need to blend this foundation out with a brush. I think a beauty blender would be very difficult because it is still thicker than like a liquid foundation because I mean it is a stick. So I think a beauty blender would not really work for this foundation. Okay, that was the first layer. I'm gonna apply a little bit more in some places. It is a little darker than my neck, so I think I should have probably went with one shade lighter than this. It's not too dark, so I can roll with it. Okay, foundation is coming off. I mean, that's a bit of a turn off. Maybe you're not intended to just swipe it straight on your face. I have this piece that fell off. I just put that on my hand and then I'm just gonna apply that to my face instead. I do not want to waste any product. Alright, the foundation is applied. I want to zoom you guys in even more just so you can see really close up of how it looks. This is as close as we're gonna get. I can see that here around my mouth where I have like a little bit more dryness and like the peach fuzz mustache here, that it almost gets a little, like it lays on top of the skin a little bit. Not a lot, and I do feel like my smile lines are already kind of starting to crack. But then again, I'm used to the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint, which is just super light. So in comparison to that one, this one is of course thicker in consistency. So that's what I'm noticing. Yeah, it does emphasize dryness a little bit, but everywhere else it's looking nice and smooth. And also this might improve once the foundation gets to blend more with my skin and like the natural oils of my skin. All right, let's zoom back out. So Westman Atelier does not have any concealer. I'm not sure if this one is intended to be used also as a concealer, like under the eyes. For me, it feels a bit too thick, also because I got a shade that was like a little too dark. I feel like it will be too dark for under my eyes. So I'm gonna go in with another concealer and I'm gonna finish my makeup with some other products. But I do want to say that I do not really feel the need to apply any concealer anywhere on my face apart from just under my eyes, just to brighten up a little bit, because the coverage is really good while still looking natural. Like I don't feel like I'm wearing like a mask. My face feels comfortable. I don't feel covered, but when I look in the mirror, my skin is very evened out. So I will say that. I am gonna finish up my makeup with some other products and then I will check in throughout the day. I will do at least one check-in in a few hours and then a final thoughts at the end of the day. So I will probably stay up a little bit later today, so we will really put this foundation to the test. I will be using a powder on top. Let me finish up my makeup and I will be right back. Alright, I have applied the rest of my makeup and finished off my whole look. I used some of the Kosas concealer just under my eyes, a little bit here, a little bit here, just to brighten up. And then I set the face with some Kosas Cloud Set Powder. These products I use almost on a daily basis, so I felt like it would be easiest to use those in combination because I know how they work on my skin. So then it's gonna be easier for me to really judge the Westman Atelier foundation. While I did my makeup, it took quite a while. The foundation has had some time to really sit and blend in with the skin. So let's zoom in closer and we'll see how it looks. Okay, now we are zoomed in. I am noticing, just like before, it emphasizes dryness. My skin is not super dry now, but definitely on the dry side because it is winter. So I have some surface dryness in some places and I feel like it kind of collects a little bit there. So I notice it like here above my brow. I notice how the foundation just kind of collects and just emphasizes the dryness. I notice it around my mouth, the smile lines. The smile lines is kind of inevitable. I feel like all foundations are going to crease. I don't feel like the Ilia Skin Tint does that on me though, but it is very light. This one is thicker, so it does kind of collect in the creases. Not really bad, like I've seen worse. On my skin and here on my chin and also on my forehead where I have a bit more texture in my skin, I do notice the foundation. It is looking a little structured. I'm not gonna say it emphasizes the structure. It doesn't make it worse, but it also doesn't make it better. I mean, you can see for yourself. I would like to just give my face a little spray. I'm not going to use any setting spray today because I usually don't use a setting spray and I really want to put this foundation to the test. I am, however, going to use a little bit of just hydrating mist. I'm just using this hydrating face mist from Sansi Beauty, the Gentle Face Tonic. I feel so extra. Alright, we are done. I'm just going to go about my day and it's currently blue sky and sunshine. I will see you in a few hours for the first check-in. Hi guys, it's time for my check-in. I'm sitting here in front of my very bright ring light so that you can really see my skin. This foundation has been on now for about 4 hours. I have been out in the cold. I haven't been sweating. I haven't like been super active. I just went out for a walk in the freezing cold. I have not touched up my face at all. And as you can see, the foundation is not great. Honestly, I feel like it really emphasizes skin structure. You can see the smile lines here. It emphasizes structure a lot. That is something I'm struggling with. I have a lot of like texture in my forehead due to acne. I used to have pretty bad acne in my forehead when I was younger, and now I have these kind of uneven skin texture. Some foundations make it look better and some just makes it look worse, and this one really makes it look worse. Also, these lines here are so emphasized. Let's get really up close. It's really collecting in the lines here and here around my nose and around my mouth where I'm more dry. It's really just, the foundation is just sitting on top and breaking apart. It's not looking great. I will say that I feel like it really stayed in place so far. My skin looks a little bit shiny here in front of the super bright light, but in like normal light, I don't feel like my skin looks too greasy or too shiny, so I haven't felt the need to touch up at all. And of course, I haven't and I won't for the sake of this video, but I also haven't felt like I needed to at all. So I will say that so far it's bunch proof, it stays in place. It just doesn't look that great on my skin. I was just hoping that it would really kind of melt into the skin and look more seamless after wearing it a while. But that didn't happen. I mean, no, it's so textured. I'm very disappointed. But I am also since this is like a bit of an insecurity of mine, like skin texture, then it's something that I really try to smooth out with my products. So when a product does this, I'm just like, oh no. But I think maybe on like a really, really good skin day, this could be a good foundation. But I'm not gonna give my final thoughts yet because we will do another check-in in a few more hours, probably at around 12 at night or so. Then I will do the last check-in and give you my final thoughts because so far, meh. I'll see you in a bit. Hello again. I am back for my final check-in and my final thoughts on this product. It is now 11:30 p.m. So this foundation has been on since about 1 p.m. So it's been on for more than 10 hours and I feel so tired. These lights are so bright. I feel like I need sunglasses. And when I look in the mirror, I have to say that it's not looking worse now than it did on my first check-in. So the foundation holds up really nicely. It's just that I didn't really like it to begin with and it didn't get better. The only thing I'm noticing is I'm a little bit shiny in my forehead. I would normally like to touch up there a little bit, but everywhere else it's not looking greasy or like I need to powder anywhere. So the foundation really stays in place. But then of course we have the issue with the creasing really bad in the lines and just the skin looking textured and dry. It is looking textured, but like I said, it's not looking worse now than it did several hours ago. So it's just that I didn't really like it from the beginning. So I will say that for a clean foundation, it's really budge proof. Like it's long lasting. And I think if you have no issue with skin structure or large pores, like if you have really normal, flawless skin, then I'm sure you would really like this foundation because it does stay in place all day. I am a little disappointed at it just because I felt like it made my skin look a little worse and I really felt like it emphasized texture, which is like a big no-no for me. So in a way, I am quite disappointed in the foundation, but at the same time, impressed. I will definitely use it more. I think I would love to try it with more of like a smoothing primer underneath. Now I just used a moisturizer, which still has silicone and it is very smoothing on the skin, but maybe I would like to try it with an even more pore filling smoothing primer that might work better with this foundation. I would also love to try it on like a good skin day, like maybe like a really good exfoliation and then try the foundation, just having like a better canvas. If you have normal skin, no issues when it comes to structure and large pores, it's really nice. I think it's convenient that it comes in a stick form, but is it worth $68 for this tiny amount of product? No. In my opinion, no. Just because the result was meh, like meh. But I'm also very picky when it comes to foundation. So for my skin, it emphasized too much, unfortunately. I will keep using it. I want to make it work. I'm gonna experiment more with different primers, but my first impression is not the worst I've ever tried, but also not the best I've ever tried. Definitely one of the most expensive foundations I've ever tried. So that just doesn't add up. For this price, it needs to blow my mind, and it it didn't. That's my opinion. Have you tried the Vital Skin foundation stick? Then I would love to hear your thoughts. Just let me know in the comments, because everybody has different skin. It's gonna look different on everyone. I've seen this looking gorgeous on other people, just not on me, not today. So I would love to hear your thoughts. I will be doing another Westman Atelier review shortly, where I review their contour stick, their blush, and their highlight. I'm very curious to see how those perform. So if you are too, stay tuned for that video. I hope that this video was helpful to you if you are considering purchasing this foundation. It definitely feels luxurious. It feels nice. It looks good on the desk. It looks very good on my makeup table. It just didn't perform as well as I had hoped. That's all I'm gonna say. I am so tired. I feel like I forgot how to speak and put together proper sentences. I'm just gonna wash my face and go to bed. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so that you don't miss my upcoming videos. I upload one video every Monday, and if you want more until then, you can always go follow me on Instagram. I'm Lisa Belinda on Instagram. I will see you in my next video, and until then, stay glowing.